Hello out there in video land. I just got to get my radio guys going here. There we go. The radio is going. We are here. We are live. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Really glad you could attend. Step inside, step inside. My name is Paul K. Lemire. This is your city, your voice coming to you live from downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, from the studios of 4680Q. And I thank you for tuning in today. Don't forget to subscribe to the video when you see it online. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the notification button. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Oh, gosh. You know what? I didn't write the comments down from my other show, I don't think, from the last show. And the last show was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. I didn't write the comments down. We'll talk about the comments tomorrow. Anyway, we are rolling into Christmas here. What a beautiful day out there. It's chilly, yes, but I mean, no snow after yesterday's white stuff. It's going to be gone before Christmas. Thank goodness. That was a miserable afternoon, let me tell you that. But we had a good time on Absolutely yesterday, our before Christmas show. And on Tuesday, we did Diamonds and Coal, if you tuned in. We're going to talk about that in a minute, along with a lot of other stuff that's going on before Christmas in this world. It's wacky out there. But first, my sponsors. Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Pete's Pizza, Victoria Avenue, Hamel Machine Shop. They're my sponsors. Thank you very much for sponsoring the show. And yesterday gave everybody a scare. Don't admit it. Don't admit it. Admit it. Admit it. It gave you a scare. You thought, uh-oh, winter's here and I haven't got my car checked out. I don't have my winter tires. I don't know if it's going to run through the winter. Well, you know what? Now's the time to be proactive. Get your car in to see Ken at Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. He's going to check over your systems, your brakes, your suspension, your tires, your everything. You name it, he's going to check everything. And he's going to make sure you're ready for winter, because you do not want to break down in the winters on the side of the road in the snow. Like yesterday was such a miserable time if your car broke down standing out there like a chimichanga. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You're going to take it to Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. Get Ken to do the inspection. He's going to take your vehicle for a ride, give it a computer scan, make sure there's no error codes, and away you go. You're going to have a happy 3 months of winter, January, February, March. That's all we're going to get this year. Not even March, probably January and February, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. That's it. And we're out of here. We have the least amount of daylight coming up on the 21st. Once we're over with that, it's on the other side of the coin. We're on our way up, baby. So get it in. Let Ken check it out. Make sure you don't break down. Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. If you get him in a smash him up derby, like the slippery roads yesterday could have forced you to, guess what? You don't have to worry about it. He's got a full body shop. Fix your car. Get it out in showroom condition. Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. Oakwood Drive next to the Kia dealership. Give him a call today. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, well, we got some white stuff, and everybody was so happy. Oh, it's going to be no, it's not going to be a white Christmas. Forget about it. Forget about it. You're not going to get a white Christmas, and that's it. That's it. We're going to get nice weather like this. I love this weather. Sunny out. Feels good. The sun, even though it's chilly, it feels good. And anybody who's heading south in the next few months, at least you're getting some sunshine here. You don't have to go stay out in the cold, but if you do, it's nice out there too with the sun out. I was talking about the Diamonds and Coal show, and we asked the question, what are city councilors going to get for Santa? Santa sent us a letter, Wheels and I. And he said, here's what you're going to give them. And I'll tell you, there was a lot of coal given out and very few diamonds. That's Santa. He's brutal. He is brutal. Hey, but it is what it is. It gives them an opportunity to step their game up. We got through the capital budget, up and coming operations budget. Maybe they can just go through it like they should and find some savings for us taxpayers. Cut those expenses. Let's go. I don't know. Nobody out of 8 counselors. There's 7 counselors and a mayor. There's only one counselor out of the 8 of them who stood up and tried to save us money. I don't expect much from them. I really don't. We haven't seen it in the past 2 years. Why are we going to see it now? 4.9, 7.9. This year they want 4. We're going to be 18% in 3 years. Our taxes have gone up. Very, very low expectations for this council. Maybe they'll surprise us. Maybe they'll surprise. They give us a nice little after Christmas bonus. After Christmas bonus. Yeah. Sad news out of Port Weller. Oh, it just breaks my heart. Just breaks my heart. Teddy the tugboat sunk. Poor Teddy. He started walking. He started taking on water. Sounds like my aunt. Taking on water Tuesday and was resting comfortably on the bottom of the dock by nightfall. Gee whiz, poor Teddy. Poor Teddy. Teddy, a favorite of children and adults alike, was ready to set sail for Port Maitland this week for the winter. Never made it. Never made it. But for all you Teddy fans out there, Teddy the Tugboat 2, never fear. Efforts are underway to refloat the submerged tug with a crane. Yeah, they're going to get a crane under there. The stern back of the boat's underwater, listing to starboard side, and underwater up to the smokestack. That sounds like my aunt. The port bow was sticking up and out of the water. Oh, yeah, sounds like my aunt, too. Little Teddy took 20,515 hours to build and only a few hours to sink. Nobody knows why Teddy 2 sunk. They don't know. They haven't said. Investigators are going to find out and report back, I'm sure. There's a Santa Claus. Teddy will be raised and refurbished and be back in business by the summer for everyone to enjoy. Sad day in Port Weller for Teddy the Tugboat. Yeah, I was devastated. I was shocked, devastated. Teddy the Tugboat. Who doesn't like Teddy the Tugboat? I don't think I've ever even seen it live once. But anyway, maybe I'll see it this summer. They get them all going in. Poor Teddy. Get better. Get well soon, Teddy. Merry Christmas, Teddy. Woo! Man, oh man. Bad news already, huh? Teddy the Tugboat. The heck. Yeah, I don't make this stuff up. I just tell you about it. Now, remember that big campaign I was talking about a while ago? The OPP creating this humongous task force to investigate stolen automobiles. I mean, they were naming it and everything. They had this big crew, a special task force. They spent out who knows how many to stop with the stolen vehicles. There's so many stolen vehicles around, getting stolen in Ontario and Canada, for that matter, even locally. And they wanted to stop it. We're putting a stop to it. We've got a special task force that's going to take care of it. They're going to stop this theft. Yeah, well, it never worked. I'm not surprised. I don't know if you are. These guys never worked. Well, the $213 million Niagara Regional Police are reporting an uptick of stolen vehicles in Niagara. You had your car stolen lately? Well, you know what? You're part of that. And now they're warning people not to leave their cars running to warm up, especially when the keys are in the ignition. Did I just go back to 1967? 70s? Who the hell doesn't have an automatic starter at this point, other than me? Who are these people who are letting their cars run with the keys in? I don't understand this at all. The Niagara police are giving them a warning not to do that. Now, I could go out on the street here and probably 99.9% have automatic starters, and the doors don't open when you start it. Who's leaving their keys in and starting it? I don't know in this day and age. Like I say, it felt like I was back in 1970 when I read that. I don't get it. Unless it's an older car. And then who the hell wants to steal it anyway? I'm not stealing 1992 Ford Escorts. And they're also warning people that have farm vehicles who regularly leave keys in the ignition. Nathan Sauer, is this true? Where they leave them, they try to trick the thieves, right? They leave the doors open and leave the keys up in the visor. Now, if they're doing that, they want the car stolen. I mean, that's the first place you look. Every movie, every time they go in, they pull down the visor. There's the keys to fall right out in your lap. So they don't do that, farm people. Don't leave your farm vehicles keys in the ignition, nor don't put them in the visor because they'll find them and steal your. I don't know what the hell farm vehicles they're stealing. Combines? What do I know? So far this year, between January and July, there were 467 reported car thefts, an average of 66 a month. Woo! 66 a month. That's 2 a day. I guess their program isn't working, that big program they set up and spend a whack of money on. And it just isn't in Niagara. In 2023, more than 70,000 vehicles were stolen across Canada, more than 30,000 in Ontario alone. And you know what's happening here, right? They're just they just load them into containers and then ship them over to Europe and Dubai and everywhere else. They just ship them. They make a ton of money, and that's the end of the truck. It's not that rare. I had a friend who had a brand new Ram, went to Jamaica, parked it up in Toronto, come back from Jamaica after a couple weeks, and guess what? No truck, gone, brand new truck. So it's the truth. It is happening. But you know what? You know what? OPP, RPP, Niagara Regional Police, don't spend any more of your $213 million on consultants. I'm going to tell you exactly how to fix this problem. Yeah, you don't have to hire high-priced people to come in and pay them hundreds of thousands of dollars like the city does to tell you what's wrong. I'm going to tell you what's wrong. You don't have to pay me nothing. That's a public service. That's what I do. Public service guy. Here, let me help you. Lock them up. Oh, 3 words. Lock them up. It'll drop car theft by 99%. Lock the people who are stealing the cars up. Now, how easy is that? If someone gets caught stealing a car, send them away for 10 years. No parole. That's it. Don't even just go to trial. Guilty. Yeah, we got video of him stealing the car. 10 years. Or if you don't want 10 years, you're getting deported and you're not coming back. Give me your passport. You're out of here. Get the hell out. That's it. 10 years in the slammer. I don't care if you're 15. I don't care if you're 14. I don't care if you're 25 or 55 or 85. 10 years if you get caught. Now, if you're willing to tell us who the big guys are running these crews, we might play a little bit of ball with you. Otherwise, 10 years. You want to shut up and not rat on anybody? Okay, 10 years. Second time offender, 20 years. No parole. That's it. You're serious about stopping this. You have to be serious with the law. And it goes for any crime, anything. That turnstile in the courts and with judges has to stop. We got to take it out, that turnstile, put in a one-way door. You walk in, you don't come out. Not for a while. And they got to get rid of all this easy bail and, oh, you promise you won't do it again. Just, are you going to do it? No, I won't do it again. I promise. I love Canada. I'm glad to be here. Okay, go ahead. Then next week they're caught again. Yeah, or here, I'll give you bail. You stole $100,000 car. Okay, $25 bail, released on your own recognizance. And you know what? They end up somewhere else. They'll be you can't find them. Number one, or they'll be back in the Middle East somewhere, whatever. And if they're from Canada, they're gone. They'll never show up for their bail hearing or anything else. They'll never show up for the court case. And they'll be stealing money, stealing cars, making more money. The lawlessness in Canada will continue until they get serious about crime and about punishment. Do you think gangs are afraid of police? They shoot at them. They don't care about police. They laugh at them on the way into court, and then they laugh on the way out of court at the cops. They don't care. They just don't care. They don't care. They know they're immune. They don't get charged. They don't get their names in the paper ever. Impossible to stop this? No, it isn't. Not right now. Not with the left wing bleeding heart judges who don't apply the law. It's a joke, and the cops are powerless. I mean, they know it's a joke. They arrest the guy, and he's out there giving them the finger 5 minutes later. There it is. It's very easy. I gave you free consultation. I won't even send you a bill. Do that, and you'll stop it. You want to stop anything? Get serious. The only thing you can't stop is the Blade Runner. That's the only guy you can't stop. You just can't stop him, right? For some bizarre reason, when those speed cameras go up, the Blade Runner comes out. It's almost like they shine the light up in the sky, calling for the Blade Runner. There's the speeding thing. There's your speed camera. And there it is, tracking the speed of airplanes, laying on its back. And it happens, I don't know how many, it happens every day. Every time they put one up, some guy comes along with a sawzall or a battery-powered sawzall and cuts it down. It's a game. It's a game. It's like a cat and mouse. It's like the border. You come over the border and are you bringing anything in? Hey, it's for you to find out. I'm going to tell you no. It's a cat and mouse game. You got to find it. I'm not telling you where it is. Well, this guy, you put him up and I'll cut him down. The Blade Runner is active everywhere. He's like the phantom of the speed cameras. He goes anywhere. Everywhere they're up, the Blade Runner knocks him down. And he's getting cheered. This guy's legendary. He's a hero. He's a hero. The big bad government taxing us with this illegal speed traps. You know, we got the 213 million for the regional police. They should be patrolling and giving out tickets, not automatic speed cameras. And the Blade Runner doesn't like it. So I don't know who he is. I don't know where he is. I don't know when he's going to show up. But I do know one thing. He's active because every time I look, one of these things that's on its back, checking the speed of airplanes going over. That's the only one they can't seem to catch. And I don't know what they're going to do when they get out. He's going to be in big trouble. I mean, for sure. This is, I don't know. Maybe you know what? They don't arrest anybody or do anything anymore. Maybe just get mischief. That's mischief. Cuts them down, we put them up. Cuts them down, we put them up. Somebody said the taxpayers are on the hook. Well, they really shouldn't be, because that thing generates $20 million a year in revenue, taxing people for going 2 miles over the speed limit. So, I mean, there should be lots of money to fix them as many times as the guy can cut them down. Anyway. Well, let me get to my second sponsor before we get into the Canada Post situation here. My second sponsor, Victoria Avenue Pete's Pizza. Guess what? Who doesn't like a nice pizza? Tell me, is there anybody out there who doesn't like a nice pizza? And where do you go to get it? Well, that's the problem. You never know where. Well, I'm going to give you a hint. Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue. Give it a shot. I'm a pizza snob. Most places in town I won't order from because I just don't like their product, to be honest with you. And a lot of times it's not consistent. You get a good one, you get a bad one, you know, that routine. Well, guess what? Pete's Pizza, consistent every time. Mike, the guy who owns it, worked in an Italian restaurant. The Mancini family started Pete's Pizza 40 years ago. Mike uses their recipe for sauce and for cheese and for bread, for crust. It's bread, right? Different kind of bread, but it's bread, crust. And it's fantastic. And there's that art of getting the cheese and sauce ratio right. Well, guess what? Mike does it. He knows how to build a pizza. Unbelievable pizzas. You got to go in there. And if you like wings, their wings are right up there at the top with some of the best I've had in town. Steak and cheese poutine. I think they have panzerottis. You name it, they got it there. They got a whole menu. It's 3 pages. You open it up, there's all kinds of stuff they have. I've tried a lot of it. Very good. Very good. Peace Pizza on Victoria Avenue. Go see Mike today. Tell him Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you. And you have approximately, today's what, the 19th? Let's see. Yeah, it's the 19th. So you got approximately 12 days before the end of the month. And until the end of the month, which is the end of the year, by the way, they are offering 2 medium pizzas with 3 toppings on each for $25. You can't beat it. And I don't even think you have to pay HST anymore. It's a flat 25. The drive for 25 is on. Get down there, get your pizza. Tell Mike, Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you. And please support our sponsors. They support us and they support the city. So you want to support them. They're open until 2 a.m. Friday and Saturday. So if you go and have a couple of drinky poos, you want to watch the Fright Night with a pizza, you got it. They're open. Thank you very much for supporting our sponsors, everybody. So, one of my favorite topics, Canada Post. And they're back at work. I know. I got 2 pieces of junk mail yesterday. Yeah, they're back. I looked in the box and there was something in there other than my buddy Rob Lalonde, who dropped off a nice Christmas card in my mailbox, but I didn't see it for a week and a half. Who looks in the mailbox? But I did get it, and I called them up and thanked them. Thank you very much for that beautiful card, Rob and Sheila. You guys are aces. I did find it. That's right. So now the posties are back in the job, so they could have mailed it if they wanted. Well, let's see. Let's take account of what they achieved here. Let's see. Let's see. They nothing. They didn't achieve anything. 5 weeks off, and they settled for nothing. They went back to work on the same contract that they last 5 weeks pay for. The one thing they did do, though, they did accomplish one thing. They taught us commoners, us old fogies, how to use technology to sidestep their mail delivery, kind of making them useless. Case in point, I used to get my water bill in the mail. The only thing I get in the mail anymore is a water bill. Guess what? I went online, niagarafalls.ca, signed up for an account, registered for online access, and now I can get my taxes and my water bill online. Yeah, I don't need it delivered anymore. Thank you very much. Do you know how the millions of people across Canada learn the same thing? They learn the same thing. How? Because they were forced to. And human beings, on the whole, are creatures of habit. Once they start doing something one way and it's more convenient and easier, they continue to do it that way. You thought I was kidding when I said that about 6 weeks ago before they went on strike. People were mad at me, telling them that they're writing their own pink slips. Oh, thanks a lot for the support. No, they're supporting anybody. I'm telling you the way it is. I'm not supporting you or I'm not supporting you. What do I care if you get more money? That's good for you. If you can get more money, I don't care. I don't care. But I'm giving you, I'm telling you, I'm giving you advice for free. You're writing your own pink slips. The bread man, the ice man, the coal man, the milk man. Do you see them around anymore? Well, I do. I see the ice man, John Ringo Beam. But other than that, I don't see the ice. I don't see all these people anymore. You know why? Because we don't need them. And holding Canadians hostage before Christmas so they don't get Aunt Millie from Wawa, Ontario. They don't get her Christmas cake she sent. And when they get it now, it's going to be February and it'll be a little bit moldy. Well, they're mad. They're mad. Now you got to get back to work. You have 5 weeks of junk mail to clear. You should be able to do that by the end of February if I'm marking it down right. Christmas cake will be moldy that Aunt Millie sent. Everybody's going to be mad. And they've learned to use other ways to do things. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Now, sticking with federal programs, let's go up to Ottawa. Oh, what a mess! I don't know. I've been around a long time, and I don't think I've ever seen a mess in Ottawa like there is now. I've never seen this before in my whole life, and I'm old. Our dollar's free falling because of this mess. You're going on vacation and you have to buy US dollars. Be prepared to pay 50%. I mean, it's close to 50% exchange now. And with the mess of the border and 25% tariff looming, with Trudeau's cabinet disintegrating and Trudeau refusing to resign, who has confidence in Canada right now? The whole situation is ridiculous. This guy should have stepped down months ago. Jimmy Dollywall, that moron, he should have took this government down. But no. He rips up that paper like a big shot last fall. And I'm not doing it. We're out because they're ordering CN or whatever the hell the railway is called to go back to work. We don't agree with that. So we're not supporting him anymore. And he supports him anyway. It's all a big joke. These guys are actors, Trudeau and Singh. You know that, right? Jimmy Dollywell. They're all actors. They're just acting out a role here, playing games with the people. And if you haven't had enough of that yet, well, I don't know what to tell you. And now we're seeing it. This goofball, everybody's quitting. Freeling quit. She said, "Hey, listen, I don't like the way you're doing things here. You're not making me look like a fool in this thing." And he said to her, "We're going to find a new finance minister. You can be the ministry of the meteor crater across the street here." And she said, "No, I don't want to be that. I'm out of here. I've had enough of you. I've had enough of your antics. I've had enough of your policies. I've had enough of your platforms. I'm out of here." And the guy from Vancouver took off too. The transportation guy or whatever the hell he was, housing guy. So it's a big joke, and we're sitting here watching, and this numbskull, this nincompoop, this nitwit won't step down. He won't resign. I mean, everybody's just come on, say it. Olivier wants to bring down the government. He wants a vote of non-confidence. He's tried 2 or 3 times. No, they're not. This guy is the most arrogant turd I've ever seen. But you know what? He's there, and I don't know how they're going to get rid of him. But this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life, and we got to wait till the fall, October, for the election. And even in October, they want to move the election a week. And you know what they're telling everybody? Like I'm telling you, I've never seen governments like the Biden administration and Trudeau gaslight people so much. It's impossible. They all can be gaslighting everybody all the time, but they are. When they open their mouth, they're lying. So they say they want to do it a week later, the election, postpone it for a week because of Dollywall or Diwali or whatever it's called. And that's a bunch of baloney. It's so that 80 more people, MPs or whatever the heck, whoever they can get their full pension. They need that extra week to get that full pension. 80 of them, which is about 120 million a year, or some crazy number. Seriously, folks, this is insane. We got to get rid of these guys. They got to go. They got to go. And I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about yesterday. They got to go. Now, in the U.S., the markets are crashing like crazy, with Biden doing his best to start World War III before January 20th, with the war escalating in the Ukraine, with the U.S. and NATO giving the Ukraine these long-range missiles and hundreds of billions of dollars. I mean, it's just continuing this on. This war could take a real serious turn, and they have crossed Putin's red line. And if you've been following the drone situation and the UFO hearings, these drones are part of a way bigger problem than the U.S. military is running, and it could even include aliens. We're going to talk about that later. The world is so unstable right now, the markets have to decline. How can anybody have faith in anything right now? Call it an adjustment, if you will. Call it what you want. But when there's instability in government, when there's no leadership in Canada or the U.S., when they're trying to start a war, they're doing everything they can to start a war. What do you expect from markets? How nervous are they? Markets react to situations, and the situation was good. Now it's very bad for the next month and at least until the a month till inauguration day. That's what we got to wait for. So you see the markets crashing. You see everything going down. The Canadian dollar, of course, with what's going on with our government. I mean, which way do you think the markets are going? And in the U.S. now, with all this happening, and just waiting for Trump to get going here, so we'll see what happens. But it's wacky out there. And speaking of the drones, I said I'm going to get to the drones. Drones everywhere. Everywhere there's infernal drones, and I watch over the power plants over here because they're seeing them over Philadelphia. They're seeing them all over the United States now, and they're everywhere, and they're the talk of the town. So I always look over at night. I look over towards the power station to see if I see anything weird floating around over there, because their critical infrastructure is critical as anything. I mean, they knocked those out. They knocked out the Northeast. Remember 1963, I want to say, in 2003, or 1965, or somewhere in around there. In 2003, they blacked out the whole Northeast. Yeah, that's all it takes. Their critical infrastructure we're sitting on. Don't worry about the Rainbow Bridge. Don't worry about the Peace Bridge. That's nothing. It's those power stations that are the real critical infrastructure. And Trump says the military knows what they are, where they're coming from, and who's flying them. But they won't tell the people. Then that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. He said they could fly right into a garage. I mean, those words, why would he pick those words? They're pretty strange words. What, they could fly right into a garage? Why would they want to fly into a garage? Well, there's only one reason. They're looking for something. Now, the reason that is circulating, or was circulating, it was only a rumor a few days ago, but now it's basically confirmed. They're looking for gamma rays emanating off nuclear material that is missing. And that nuclear material could be turned into a dirty bomb. That dirty bomb. Yep, that's why we are seeing these SUV-sized drones patrolling critical infrastructure, looking to discover the possible weapon before it is set off and can do damage. I mean, I know when you hear it, it's hard to believe in that, but I'm telling you, I heard this story from one person, then two, then three. Now it's on mainstream media, and they're having UFO hearings right now. And I don't know if you've been watching them at all, but this is mind blowing crap. It really is. I mean, you listen to them, and these are people from the military. These are pilots with 35, 40 years experience. And people say, they're just nuts. They're crazy. Do you really let crazy people fly $100 million planes? Do you think these people are crazy? Oh, yeah. We're going to do, well, we're just going to let Jimmy Smash, we're gonna put him in the cockpit of a $100 million, F-35 and let him fly around because he's crazy. No, these guys aren't crazy. They're not crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but the U.S. has ordered $300 million of anti-radiation medicine, anti-radiation poisoning medicine, something it has never done before, as a just-in-case maneuver. More, the medicine only has a shelf life of 18 months. 18 months, that's it. So, what are they expecting in the next little while? Now, people have been saying that this something's going down before the 20th of January, inauguration day. Something is going down on or before the 20th of January. Why they got this? There could be anybody. They've let 20 million illegals in the country. And any one of them could be a terrorist group, a terrorist cell, have connections to get this stuff And there's a big load missing out of New Jersey somewhere. Radiation levels around the nation are getting higher in places. The drones have advanced radiation detecting technology installed to search the spikes across the nation. Stay tuned for this one. I mean, this is scary stuff, especially when Niagara Falls sits on some of the most critical power generating plants in the Northeast. Not saying it's true, not saying it's false, just telling you what I hear and what's going on. My opinion, I don't think these guys are nuts. I think it's totally possible. I mean, Iran has vowed revenge for Soleimani. Um, they've said they want to assassinate Trump. There's a lot of people out there who are whacked. Look, there's been 3 school shootings in the last week. We've had the guy mowing down a guy from the United Healthcare on the street in Midtown Manhattan. And now these wackos are saying to let him off, not to charge him. He did the world a favor. This guy mows down and murders a guy, premeditated murder in cold blood on the streets of Midtown Manhattan. And there's people who are wanting him to be let off. This is a wacky world we live in. It's not getting any better. So if you don't think there could be nuclear crap floating around and somebody ready to do something, think again. Think again. Merry Christmas, I guess. Now, someone else messaged me saying they saw drones around here, around Niagara Falls as well. I haven't seen them, but I'm certainly going to be looking in the night sky for them. And the stock market took a 1,100 point plunge yesterday. And I believe the drone thing has people very concerned. Are the aliens? Some people in the UFO hearings going on right now say yes. The US has aliens, they have alien ships. The military has been hiding it from us. And it's all coming out now in these hearings. Add to that the escalation of the wars in the world, along with Biden giving out hundreds of billions of dollars to push the war forward. I would say markets are worried. But after January 20th, the truth is going to come out about a lot of stuff. And until then, we have to wait. One interesting video that I watch a really interesting video about this guy talking about Area 51 and Roswell and all this other stuff, and reverse engineering alien spacecraft by the U.S. military or any other Earth-based military anyway. And the person said basically that, it really would be impossible. He goes, think of this. Imagine the pilgrims on the Mayflower trying to reverse engineer the Oasis of the Seas, one of the biggest cruise ships in the world, all run by computers and everything. I mean, those guys that came over on a wooden boat from Britain in the Mayflower, I mean, they can't even imagine this boat, this big, number one. How are we gonna reverse engineer the computers and technology necessary when they came over in 1600s or whatever, whenever they came over, 1776 or whatever? How would they have the ability to reverse engineer anything? They couldn't even build a ship of metal then. They just didn't have the advanced technology. So no, Earthlings cannot reverse engineer a spaceship, even if they could figure it out, even if they knew how to run it, they have the fuel to run it. And how are they going to figure out the advanced technology? I mean, these things are going across the cosmos. They're not just flying around the Earth in a circle. These things are coming in from who knows where, the farthest reaches of the galaxy, maybe of the universe. So yeah, you're not going to reverse engineer it. You know what it runs on. You know what the fuel is. I don't think you can do it, and I'll take Elon Musk to task. One of the most brilliant guys. I don't think even he could do it. This is imaginary stuff you've never heard of. So that's pretty wild what's going on right now. When you look at it, holy crap. And these UFOs, they're getting more and more, and they're traveling around. They're going all over the states. They're in Staten Island. They're on the East Coast. They're on the West Coast. They're over critical infrastructure. And they're saying they're not there to do any harm. They're there because they're searching for gamma rays from nuclear material. Now, over in Russia, they say their pilots have fought had 45 battles with alien spaceships already. They go, believe me, do not bother these things. Do not bother them. They have advanced technology. You're going to be sorry if you get them mad. Leave them alone. So what do we got? We got guys in New Jersey in their backyard with guns, and they're shooting at them. Shooting at them. Oh, it's so funny. It gets weirder all the time, every day. Like it's not going to settle down. We're going to go right through Christmas and the holidays with this. Believe me, this isn't going to settle down, and nobody's going to know. But eventually, it's going to come out. I think I heard one of these prophets, and they prophesized that this is the year we're gonna find out there really is extraterrestrial life, and it's here on Earth. Somebody said that. I don't know if it was Julie Green or one of them. Pete Dicker probably knows, but they may be right. They may be right. They may be right. Let me get to my third sponsor, Hamel Machine Shop. Now, if you've ever had a piece of metal break, or you need a piece of metal fixed, or you need a part for anything, and you wonder, where the heck am I going to go to get this fixed? Well, the best place is Hamel Machine Shop. Where are you going to go? I wish I knew this before. I've had a couple things happen to me where I broke things in that. I had to get them fixed, and I had no clue where to go. Hamel Machine Shop is the place you want to go, and they do everything. They machine parts. They reverse engineer parts. They have the ability. Now, I don't think they could reverse engineer a spaceship, but they could reverse parts of it, maybe reverse engineer it. But they can do anything over there. You break a part, you get it fixed. That's the way they operate, and they're good at what they do. They've been here since 1948. They know what they're doing. When the city breaks something, guess where they go? Hamel Machine Shop. Hamel Machine, they get it. Some guy runs over a big rock with his lawnmower and blows the side out of the lawnmower on the deck. Oh, what do I do now? Buy a new deck for $3,000? No, take the Hamel Machine Shop. They're going to patch it up for you, do a nice weld, clean it all up, and away you go. You're back on the road. Need custom gates for your backyard? Where do you go to get them done? Well, Hamel. They're going to custom design them, create them, weld them all up for you, and if you're really nice, they might even come and install them. They'll definitely I think they send them out for powder coating. I got to ask them about that. But yeah, they do it all. They do it all. Hamel Machine Shop. That's where you want to go. Right over here. They're right over here on Bridge Street. Not a problem. Just go. They do laser cutting. They do 3D printing. You got to go to the pros. That's where you got to go, and that's Hamel Machine Shop. Check it out over there. Go see them. HamelMachine.ca. Go to their website. They do big jobs for industrial clients. They do small jobs for guys like you and me. Yeah, it's perfect. Not going to cost you an arm and a leg neither. Hamel Machine Shop. Check them out today. And all of my sponsors asked me to wish all my viewers and everybody listening in on 4680Q Radio, they want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. They made a point of saying that. When you talk about us, please wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So I'm extending those felicitations to you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year from Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Pete's Pizza, Victoria Avenue, and Hamel Machine Shop. Tell them Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you. Of course, let them know. Bob, Catherine, Patty, they're great people over there at Hamel Machine Shop. In a weird statement from a guy named Henry E. Appel. So who is this guy, Henry E. Appel? Well, he's one of Joe Biden's intelligence advisors. And, intelligent advisor. I mean, Joe Biden really needs intelligence advisors. He said that Joe Biden's done. He can't even speak at this point. Can't talk. Apparently, on a recent foreign trip, Biden called him 3 times from where he was and asked for Jake Sullivan, this Appel's boss. He said, I got to talk to Jake Sullivan. Can you put him on the phone there, Henry? And Henry says, well, he's with you, Joe. He's with you, Mr. President. Oh, okay. He hung up. Call back again. Yeah, could you put Jake Sullivan on the phone there, Henry? Uh, he's with you, Mr. President. Oh, okay. He called the third time. He says now he can't talk anymore. Can't talk anymore. He's right out of it. On his deathbed. He's not doing real good, Joe. And Kamala's missing in action. This war is escalating. Syria, the rebels threw out Assad. The Middle East is still going on, erupting even worse than ever. So we got to ask, who's running the country now if Joe can't talk? Obviously, it's got to be Obama. Who else? Nancy Pelosi's out of action. She fell down some stairs. The Schmierinoff princess broke her hip. She's in the hospital in Luxembourg or somewhere in Germany. Drones are flying over the country looking for dirty bombs or whatever they're doing. I mean, nothing could be worse with and the president's out of it. Like, I don't know what's worse, Canada or the U.S. Who's in worse shape? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Now, not to be outdone by Biden, of course. Trudeau's running around looking for new cabinet members. And they're all calling for him to resign. I think there's 50 of them or something like that. Now they're saying, resign, you bum. I mean, his left-hand witchy poo stepped down. The Raha Rolex, the Marxist, the Maserati Marxist, that's what PP called him. He won't do nothing. I mean, let's hope in the spring they take him down and get rid of this guy once and for all. What a nice Christmas present that would be. They threw him out just before Christmas. Wouldn't that be nice? I think that would be tremendous. Would be fantastic. We'll see what happens. Either way, Merry Christmas. Now, Colonel Ford in Ontario, he's no slouch either. In multiple statements, he has threatened to pull all energy exports to the U.S. if they put a 25% tariff on Canada. Trump is amused. He says, well, go ahead, do what you got to do. Ford just says he could turn out the lights on 1.5 million Americans if they get smart. Okay, Colonel Ford. I spell that Colonel, not like Colonel in the military, Kernel. He likes popcorn, maybe. I don't know. Colonel Ford, he says, go ahead. All he's going to do is encourage them to find other sources and ditch Canada altogether as an energy provider. Didn't you learn from the postal strike there, Colonel Ford? Why bring a knife to a gunfight? You're not going to win that war. Alberta gets it. They said they're not going to cut off anything. They figure negotiating with Trump is a lot better than starting a war with him, and will take a path to solve the problem, not stop the flow of anything. So they're smart. They know what's going on. And also, I hear on the news a lot of chatter about Trump busting Justin Castro's balls about being the governor of the 51st state. Yeah, a lot of Canadians have their back up on this one. And my buddy Dominic Caruso saying that no Canadian wants to become a state, even not even Trump's fans. Trump must be having too much, or must be too much into the eggnog. And I'm going, well, Dominic, I would say that a lot of Canadians are not that opposed to the idea. Not the ones I've talked to, and that's me included. Think about it. No more passports, no more work visas, access to beautiful weather at all times of the year. And it doesn't matter where you live, you can go south and get nice weather without having passports or anything else. You can work down there. You don't need work visas. You can live down there if you want. Access to the Gulf of Mexico while staying in the confines of our country. We'd be part of the United States. Access to islands like Puerto Rico, Hawaii, and Guam with only driver's licenses necessary. Absolutely no borders, no customs, no immigration needed, No 50% exchange rate. We would use the US dollar as our official currency and access to cheaper goods, which having a population of 400 million brings, right? Better healthcare through private agencies. You don't have to wait 2 years for an MRI or treatment. A great military and undeniable protection from any threats. Lower taxes. That's always nice. Now, tourism in Niagara Falls would explode. No papers needed to cross a border. That bridge would just be open. You drive across it. That's it. And the Niagara District Airport, well, if they expanded, it would probably be the busiest in Ontario. People come into Niagara Falls, the Niagara region. Now, when you put it down on paper like that, it sounds interesting. Now, the best way is to just use the Ben Franklin method. I don't know if you know what the Ben Franklin method is. You take a piece of paper like that and you draw a line right down the middle. And on one side, you put pros, and on the other side, you put cons. And then you start listing the pros and the cons. If the pros win out, then it's a good idea. If they don't, then it's a bad idea. That's what you do. It's called the Ben Franklin method of decision making. I would say the US side of the paper has a lot of check marks on it, and say, you out there in video land, let me know what you think. You out there in video land, you, let me know what you think. Do you agree or do you disagree with it? And I don't buy this Canadian sovereignty thing. That's long gone. I mean, that left the country with Tim Hortons. And it hasn't been owned by Canadians, Tim Hortons, for 40 years. And that was an icon of Canadian and sovereignty. The idea of being a 51st state, as absurd and impossible as it sounds, may not be a bad deal for Canadians. Think about it. What do you think? Let me know. Give me a comment. And we have to ask this: is Canada really a country anymore anyway? Ontario has the economy of a country and population of India. Quebec wants to leave Canada. They always have. They wanted to leave Canada for years now. We keep giving them money, a lot of money, to stay. The East Coast really couldn't care less about the Union or the Confederation, if you want to call it that. We know the Prairie provinces, they want out. They want to leave Canada. They've been screwed by Canada too much. They've been wanting to leave for a long time. Vancouver's La La Land and has more in common with Washington, Oregon, and California than anything in Canada. And actually, back when Confederation started, we bribed them to join with the railroad. It's the only reason they joined. They're separated by the Rocky Mountains, or they'd be part of the U.S. anyway. So what's left? A broken down landmass with different ideals, different needs, and indifference to being part of a confederation, a landmass like Europe, with a bunch of different countries on that same land. And pulling everything together under the banner of the United States might not be the worst idea ever floated. Maybe the time is right with Trudeau going down faster than the Titanic. Things that make you go, What do you think out there? What do you think? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Want to hear. Okay, baby, that's it. I'm done for today. 51st state. Trump's beauty, man. He keeps busting Trudeau's balls and everybody's getting mad. I love it. Calling him the governor of Canada. Oh, man. Funny crap going on in Canada. Anyway, what's going on now the rest of this thing through Christmas? That's what we got to figure out, right? Well, tomorrow I'm in. Finally, Friday. I'll be in tomorrow at noon. Monday will be Manic Monday, and my guest will probably be John Fillion. We're going to sit here, talk about Christmas, talk about a bunch of great stuff. And that's the last show on 4680Q before Christmas. I will be doing a show on Tuesday, Your City, Your Voice, but there'll be no live broadcast on the radio. But I'll do a video. I'll be doing a video to the Video Sign Incorporated Studios and putting it on on YouTube on Tuesday. And of course, Wednesday is Christmas, so there's no show on that day. Thursday's Boxing Day. That's December 26th. And I'm going to be doing a special edition of Habsolutely because we don't want to leave our Montreal Canadian fans in the lurch. There's big games coming up for the Habs all through the holidays, and we want to keep them informed. So we're going to do a special edition of Absolutely, and we'll do a Friday as usual on the Friday, and that'll round out Christmas week. We'll start again on the 31st, the 30th, the Monday, with a Manic Monday. The 31st, there will be a show. New Year's Eve day, we'll do a show, but I might do it out of the Video Sign Incorporated studio, no radio. And then New Year's Day, and then we're out of here. We'll be back to our normally scheduled program on January 2nd, and we'll get back to our regular programming with Absolutely being back on Wednesdays. That would be Wednesday the 25th, first 8th, Wednesday, January the 8th. I would imagine that's what it is when I work it out. Anyway, that's it for today. Please support our sponsors: Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue, Hamel Machine Shop. They support us. They wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish them a Merry Christmas. I wish all of you a Merry Christmas, but I'll have 2 or 3 more days to do that. And enjoy this nice day. There's no snow out there. Enjoy the nice day. And we'll see what tomorrow brings. Thank you so much for listening in. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave comments. I need content for my show. Come on, leave some comments. Anyway, my name is Paul K. Lemire. This is Your City, Your Voice, coming to you live from the studios of 4680Q in downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Have a wonderful day. God bless everybody. And I'll talk to you tomorrow at noon on Finally Friday. We'll see you later. Ciao, ciao for now.